Well, it's a kind of direct, unabashed assessment of terror that many wish our president could deliver himself. Watch this.
This threat keeps morphing because it's the same fundamental problem, extremist Islamist terror. What these terrorists represent is the perversion of a major religion. They're not its true adherents. They are fanatics who've attached themselves to a death cult.
But the UK election underway right now could leave a very different government in charge overseas. Joining us live from the UK is a member of the European Parliament, Daniel Hannan, who joins me now. Thanks for being here, Daniel.
Good morning.
So what would it mean to see a different government step in and Cameron out? I mean, we heard his strong stance there on terror.
Well, we're a long way away from that. We've still got nearly 11 hours to vote, and of course I'm hoping that my party stays in office, and we'll see what happens. I think it is fair to say that David Cameron has taken a very strong line, and you heard it there. He recognises the value of mainstream Islam in Britain, and he distinguishes between the mainstream moderate adherents of that faith and these young jihadi fundamentalists who are blaspheming against their own religion and who are threatening the Western world. Now, you compare that to the main alternative. Ed Miliband, the Labour leader, his big new shtick is that he wants a law against Islamophobia. Now, to put this as neutrally as I can, the one thing we don't need at the moment is further restrictions on free speech. I think we've had quite enough of that.
Sure. I mean, we're dealing with that right here in the United States. You say 11 hours is a long time. To many, that's not enough time right now to ensure that David Cameron would maintain his seat there. If a coalition does actually make its way into your government, what does it mean globally? What does it mean for Americans? Why should Americans care if this should happen?
In your country, as in mine, you have to be solvent to have an effective foreign policy. I'm proud that our two countries have stood together for freedom. Today is the 70th anniversary of the defeat of the German army in Europe. It was the moment when the English-speaking peoples triumphed over absolutism and when our system, which elevates the individual over the collective, was victorious over tyranny. And since then, we've played the same role again and again in different continents, in every corner of the world. But in both cases, if you're a bankrupt country, that limits your freedom of maneuver. And so just as the US can hardly fail to have been weakened by the extent of federal debt, so I think the main difference that would come under a Labour government would be the economic one. We've had 5 years of strong recovery in this country. We have been the envy of Europe. We're the fastest growing major economy in the world. We've created more jobs here, unbelievably, than in the other 27 EU states put together. If you jeopardise that, there is bound to be a knock-on in foreign and defence policy.
Sure. I think the link between economic security and national security is clear. Daniel Hannan, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
You got it.